Pleased to welcome in Ryan McGuyre, Baylor Volleyball coach, joins us now. They've been going through maybe double practices, triple practices every day. Working hard for the season. Coach, thanks for carving out a few minutes. How are you?
J-Mo, thanks for having me. Excited to be here with you as always.
Do y'all have two-a-days or some version of two-a-days this time of year?
Yeah, definitely just trying to train. Got a great incoming class, 7 new players. And it might be a serve and pass in the morning and then get after practice in the afternoon, or small groups, individuals, maybe setters and middles for a little bit one day and then bring them all together. Next day might be our defensive specialists, primary passers. Other days, hey, it's one practice, but then we're doing film with all our position groups. So
that's great. How valuable is this time? You've got them, and it's all volleyball. Classes don't start till Monday. It's got to be a pretty valuable preseason training time.
It's a very valuable time. It's God, academics, volleyball are big rocks, and they don't have to worry about academics right now. So to be able to focus in on that, I think as coaches, for me specifically, the growth is what brings the most joy and excitement. So just seeing them get better every day is great. I think it's always a bummer that our first week of competition coincides with the first week of school. So it's always kind of a wham in your face on both ends for them, but we manage that well. The quarter system schools, some don't still start for another couple of weeks, so they get to do their triple days a little bit longer. But we feel the speed of learning is a competitive advantage. Love my staff, and I think we're teaching them really well.
Got a couple of exhibitions already. Got another one coming up on Saturday. How about that crowd this past week when you hosted A&M? Just an exhibition match, but man, you had a great crowd there in the Farrell Center.
Great crowd, great energy. 2 good programs, and we've done the exhibition with every year for quite a while now. But definitely the biggest crowd we've had here in the Farrell Center, hosting them for an exhibition. So it felt almost had a little postseason magic in there.
Yeah, isn't that great? So playing A&M, really good team, nationally ranked like you are, defending national champions. Is that a good test for you? Good kind of a barometer here for an exhibition match?
Yeah, always a great barometer. You always want to play the best teams. I think it's barometer for some of our returners on what they got to shore up and be good at. I think there's a little bit of patience with some of the freshmen that are out there, but I think it also, whenever you play somebody else, it kind of heightens the areas that we need to solidify and create a little bit more permanence in. A lot of good rallies, good plays. We had great serves, great blocks, great kills, but in our sport, you're going to pass set hit 100 times, and the team that can do it 97 out of 100 beats the team that does it 95 out of 100.
It's a good lesson right there. Got a good what's the makeup of this team? You got a good group of returnees, Ksenia Rachmanchik, preseason, all Big 12, and returnees. But you mentioned that new class of 7 that's coming in. What's it look like, the mix with this group?
We're still really young. We were young last year because we had a lot of freshmen, right? Morgan Madison, Bailey, and Kasusha, 3 primary passers that were freshmen. They're now sophomores, so I don't know if that makes them old, but they're sophomores. And then, we bring in 7 new, 6 freshmen, and then a sophomore transfer in Bella from Marquette. But we have great leadership in our returners. Harley, spectacular servant leader. She's just someone that girls lean into for her strength, her character. Tori Davis, great experience in the middle. Going to have to really lean on that, graduating Gabby. So we got our 2 new freshmen are working really hard to kind of rise to the same level. And Tahani brings a incredible drive, leadership, being here, multiple years, just kind of setting the standard for us. And, we got others in MJ who was new last year as a transfer as a sophomore that is now a junior. Really the big one that's been great so far this season has been Grace Carroll. Was a phenomenal leader in our trip to the Dominican Republic, but has a great voice and is doing some great things with her powerful arm right now.
Wow, that's great. I'm glad you brought up that trip to the Dominican. We sat down and did a Sikkim podcast with Shelby Anima that'll be out today, and that was fun. And we talked about that trip that y'all try to do every year. It's very impactful, isn't it, to do a mission trip like that?
Yeah, no, for sure. And we're trying to do it every other year. Give them some summers, but it's gosh, when I was 19, took a trip to China and Thailand, and just was really impactful for me, and probably has been a key cornerstone in my coaching philosophy and why we do some of these things. Like Harley, we said, like the best leaders are servant leaders, and so I think whenever you can demonstrate it, when you can go outside of your comfort zone, probably half the team was really hesitant. Maybe they would say they didn't even want to go. But then after going and just realizing the impacts, those that have nothing, that are nearly homeless, how much they loved on us, impacted us, but then how much our girls were able to love on them. And literally was a team building project as we were building a home. So we're also working hard together, doing something that we're not comfortable with in the heat, in difficult circumstances, but really found a deeper strength of character there. Big takeaways, I think it helps our girls just be bold in sharing some of the timeless principles, sharing the gospel with others, having gone through that.
I love it. Well, thanks for doing that. Impactful on the people there that you serve, but impactful on your team and everybody that you serve there also. You mentioned Harley a couple of times. Got to admit to you, I looked at the website and I thought, oh no, we misspelled. There's a misspelling there. It was Harley Crack, but she got married. It's now Harley.
She got married, and excited for her. Blessing her husband Daniel, phenomenal young man, quarterback. It's been great because Harley's learning a little bit more about football, and that's kind of been my background. I like 5 years of football before I started coaching volleyball. So our setters have always been the quarterback. Our liberos are the middle linebackers, but I think she's able to understand the analogies that we get to talk about now, and I tease him too and be like, hey, you got to teach her some football offense, and I do think it correlates honestly a lot the setting, like leading the hitters, setting the right ones. There's a timing and rhythm to it, knowing the opponent defense, having counter plays when they're doing stuff. So when to audible, all those things.
That's great. Change in your staff, pretty significant change in your staff over the offseason. Joshua Walker left to become the head coach at Hawaii, going back to Hawaii. And that's where you open the season coming up next week. That'll be a great trip, but fun to connect again now going against Joshua at Hawaii.
Yeah, really excited for Joshua. He's a big part of our success here, well loved by the team, and he had other opportunities. And I'm like, look, you either got to be the next head coach at Hawaii or the next head coach at Baylor. And so really excited how God worked that out. Timing was rough for sure. There's no doubt about it. Like normally the cycle happens after our season, so we're hiring in January. So, but that's when the opportunity came, and it really worked out for us to be able to bring in Jared Goldberg, coaching on the men's side. And I've spoken with him before about different jobs and opportunities, and the men play in the spring. So normally, if you're going to jump over to the women's game, and he coached Ole Miss, Harvard on the women's side before. But when you leave them, then you're normally abandoning your team like the first or second week of season, which is really hard after you build all that stuff up. So timing worked out for him. But I'm not sure I would have wanted to visit Joshua right away in year one. We'd already set up the Hawaii trip kind of to get him back out there to see friends and family and do that. So didn't know he'd be the head coach when we get out there. So he knows our team really well because we trained all spring and added some new things. And I don't know his team at all yet. So, but we'll figure it out.
That'll be great. That'll be great. Well, thanks for your time this morning. I know you're very busy, and continued good health with your team. Got that exhibition match coming up on Saturday afternoon, 3:00. It's free and open to the public again, right?
Yep, absolutely. Should be a good atmosphere, and then really need everybody to come out when we play North Texas, and especially Florida. Getting Florida at home for the first time is going to be great.